Hello and welcome to feature presentation number 5. So, since we got Beware the Batman coming up tomorrow, I decided I would do my top 5 DC characters list. I would have done 10, but there's somebody who's whining about me being on the computer all day doing these videos. So, we'll begin. Number 1 is easily Batman. I'm sorry to the other characters, it's Batman, you don't top him. I'm not going to do his origin story. Everyone knows Batman's origin story. I mean, we've only heard it like, what, 10,000 times? But, yeah, Batman was like the first superhero I ever actually got into because of Batman the Animated Series. Again, I can't tell you how many times I've said this, but that show is amazing. One of the reasons Batman's so great is he writes himself. He has the best villains. I mean, the most famous comic book villains tend to be his. The Joker, the Riddler, Scarecrow, Catwoman, Two-Face, Clayface, Killer Croc, Bane, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. They're just usually Batman villains when you think of comic book villains. Not to mention he has the best supporting cast, like Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman, Batgirl, Zatanna, Huntress. They're just, again, amazing characters. The thing I like most about Batman is he sees no need to kill his enemies. Some superheroes do that. Batman doesn't. He just brings them in. It's for the laws of the land to decide whether or not they live or die. Number 2. Cassandra Black Bat Cain. As a lesser known character, I feel the need to explain her origin story. Cassandra Cain is the daughter of David Cain and Lady Shiva. They taught her everything they knew so she would be a better assassin than they ever were. Cain even altered her brain so that the part that handles language would handle fighting instead, so she moves faster than most people can even see, but at the price that she can never talk. Eventually, though, she ran away and ended up in Gotham City during the No Man's Land story arc. She took over the role of Batgirl from the Huntress, and was Batgirl for a couple years after that. Eventually, she dropped the title of Batgirl and chose the name Black Bat instead. Like Tim Drake, who is now Red Robin, she's an agent of Batman, doing things that Batman cannot do or is too busy to do. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Black Bat. If you watch either of my videos about Injustice characters, Black Bat was always one of the ones I wanted most. She'd just be an awesome fit for the game, I feel. She really belongs in anything. I wish she'd get shown more, especially since they seem to have dropped her after New 52. Number 3 is the Master of Fear, the Scarecrow. My impression of him from Batman the Animated Series. Scarecrow's been showing up a lot lately. He was in every single one of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, as well as being central to Arkham Asylum and cameoed heavily in Batman Arkham City. Professor Jonathan Crane worked at Arkham Asylum as one of their head psychiatrists, until he himself went nuts. He started calling himself the Scarecrow and became obsessed with exposing people's darkest fears. He uses a specialized fear gas and makes people see their worst nightmares. Funny that he's a Batman villain when he's a croptophobic. I'm not kidding you when I say this. Number 4 is Aquaman, the King of Atlantis. Aquaman may be well known, but I doubt his origin is as well known. This is his post-Crisis on Infinite Earth's origin story. Aquaman, real name Orin, was born an heir to the Atlantean royal family. His mother, Atalanta, had been unable to conceive a child with her husband, King Trevis, but she was impregnated during a dream by the immortal wizard Atlan. Atlan prophesied the child's future and named him after his ancestor Orin, promising that he would sire another son because two brothers almost always struggle for the fate of Atlantis. Trevis immediately knew the child wasn't his because of the blonde hair, a long-held superstition that a child might carry the curse of Kordax. The baby was announced as a miscarriage and left to die on Mercy Reef, where his ability to communicate with sea life allowed him to be raised by dolphins. Aquaman is often made fun of, and it's not really fair. The guy has a really cool power set, and it's all tied to his Atlantean biology. Living down at the ocean depths has required that Aquaman's body be stronger than humans, so he's on the strength levels of Superman and Wonder Woman, while also being bulletproof. He can also swim super fast underwater. Also, Living at the dark depths, he has night vision. His eyes attract all the light nearby and he can see really well. He also has super hearing because of his echolocation abilities. One of his lesser known abilities is hydrokinesis, telepathic control over water. He doesn't use it as much because he's not as adept at it as other characters such as Aqualad or his wife Mara. And of course, there's the talking to fish thing. Aquaman actually telepathically controls fish, he does not talk to them. Otherwise that means the Great White Shark's gonna sit there and say, "No, I'm a vegetarian. I won't eat Cyborg." Number 5 is the first modern Atom, Ray Palmer. Ray Palmer found a meteorite, whose radiation gave him the ability to shrink down to atomic levels while retaining his normal speed, strength, and agility. He also has the ability to ride electromagnetic and other forms of waves, so he oftentimes will jump into a telephone and ride to the other side. That's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. I would have made it longer, like I said, but other people are complaining about me being on the computer for too long. So, I have to leave now. See you next week. Bye, Nee!